Do you ever wonder why some people just seem to make things happen, even when the odds are stacked against them? It's not luck. It's belief. Belief in their purpose, belief in their skills, belief in their calling, belief that what they're building is worth it, even on the days that it feels impossible. Welcome back to the Crafter's Online Business Playbook.
Are you sitting in front of a pile full of tasks for your business, family, household, and everything else to do, and long for that to go away? The trick is creating passive income. Of course, there's some work to do behind the passive part, but working 20% compared to 120 completely turned around how I enjoyed life today. Great to have you here at the Crafter's Online Business Playbook Pod. Are you ready to move the needle to work less and earn more? Grab your latest craft project, your favorite drink, and get ready to stitch together purpose, profit, and peace to create the life we want.
Today, I want to talk about something that's bigger than any business strategy. It's the mindset and the belief system that you carry into your work every single day. Whether your faith is rooted in God or in your own inner strength and vision, this episode is going to help you strengthen it so you can keep moving forward even when the path feels uncertain. Why do I say that belief is the foundation? Let's be real, without belief, you can have the best business plan in the world, but you'll hesitate. You'll hold back. You'll find 100 reasons why it won't work, and you'll find more excuses, and eventually you'll talk yourself out of it and even won't try. I love what Bob Proctor taught about paradigms, how our patterns of thinking and habits actually control 95% of what we do. Most of that, of course, subconscious, and therefore it needs active change. If we want new results, we have to change the mental script we've been running forever, for years and years and years. And that's the thing. Going from an employee mindset to an entrepreneur mindset, it's not just a job change, it's an identity shift. You go from following instructions to creating opportunities. That's a big leap, and belief is the lifeboat. After being in corporate at one company for 20 years, I decided it was time to make a change. We were waiting at the time to adopt a little boy, and we did not know. We didn't know it was going to be a boy. We didn't know if it was going to happen at all, and we didn't know how long it was going to take. But at the end, it was 4 years. And after I left corporate, I decided I should do something in this time. So I started photographing families and having my own photography business. I also photographed newborn babies at the hospital, which was really a blessing because I didn't have my own, and we knew that our child would be around 2 years old if and when the adoption went through. I did that for 7 years before we decided that I would go back to full-time employed work. Then we would have more buffer financially, but I loved the experience, and it taught me a lot for my future business. Today, faith is really my daily anchor. My faith in God is the foundation. It's my peace when I'm overwhelmed, my clarity when I'm confused, and my encouragement when things feel really heavy. My podcast coach, Stephanie Gass, her idea of a meeting with God as my CEO is really cool. He's the most patient, good listener as a boss I've ever had. And suddenly it feels less lonely in this solopreneurship. It's that daily check-in to make sure that I'm aligned with the right priorities and not just busy doing tasks with little impact. But even if your faith isn't spiritual, the same principle applies. Anchor yourself in your vision and the values that you want your life and your business to reflect. It's that anchor. It will keep you steady in storms. Right now, I'm thinking about my sister and her husband who have been sailing around the Mediterranean for 5 years now. I'm sure they never leave the harbor without an anchor. I listen to a lot of books and shows and replays of masterminds anytime it fits, whatever I'm doing or wherever I'm going. Recently, I got to know Mo Gaudat, if I say that correctly. He is a former Google executive, and he got into a deep conversation about AI and a lot of things I've never heard before, and some things I don't understand yet. He told Stephen Bartlett at the Diary of a CEO about how the next 15 years could bring massive change, or will bring massive change, through AI. Even called it a launch into a 15-year dystopia that will change everything. Sound a little gloomy, but he also had some good feedback in there. And his advice was to look for work that AI can't replace. That's anything with human connection, with creativity, with empathy and leadership. And believe that your gifts matter in that future, because they do. He also mentioned that the world can be an amazing place if the leaders use AI in the right way. The repetitive tasks that can be replaced by AI would create time for us to live differently, more on purpose, having better relationships, spending more time with the people we love, and on priorities. I have a very different life now since I switched from being out of the house for 10 to 12 hours in a day in corporate life to working flexibly with my online second income stream. It takes up much less time than that. That's the reason I have time again to make more designs and to sell my knitwear patterns also online without pressure of stress. I definitely believe that everyone should have that possibility to work less without sacrificing the salary. With creative businesses and also relational businesses, we seem to be on the right track to avoid the AI job takeover. Now, habits reinforce belief. Here's the truth. Belief isn't a one-time decision. You have to keep it alive. And the best way to do that is with habits that feed it. Your daily paradigm, your daily way of being. I got to know Hal Elrod's book, The Miracle Morning, and it's been huge. It's an optimized morning routine concept that I've adapted to fit my life, not exactly, but the way that it suits me. The core idea is starting each day with intention before the world grabs our attention. His second book, The Miracle Equation, is also fantastic for keeping focus on goals over the long haul. I found Joe Dispenza's so-called Coherence Reset on YouTube by chance one day. It's a daily reminder of confirming who I am and who I want to be when I reach the new me that I visualize in my head, the one I'm working on reprogramming. Your mind changes quicker when you also feel at the same time, because it remembers stronger when emotion is involved. That's the subconscious working. It takes just a few minutes to align my mind, imaging and confirming I'm already there, where I want to be in the future. Then I can show up with clarity and creativity the moment my feet hit the floor. I love listening to encouragement to start my day, and also when I fall asleep at night. I imagine I have nicer dreams that way. Sometimes I really, really need it. And if anyone, Joel Osteen knows how to do that. And of course, being disciplined and consistent, because belief without action is just a wish. Mindset is like a protective force. Strong mindset is like armor. It won't stop challenges from coming, but it will protect you from being knocked over by them. I'm a big believer in the idea, feed your mind more than your fear. That means surrounding yourself with content, people, and ideas that lift you up instead of weighing you down. I could clearly see and feel the difference in my life and how I responded to things that used to be difficulties once I had practiced shifting my paradigm, as Bob Proctor called it. It felt so good, and I love doing my daily routines. It's like enjoying a nice piece of chocolate. Every small daily win compounds over time. Just like small steps towards your goals, they build up and will be fruitful in time. One email sent, one product listed, one intentional conversation, or one podcast recorded, it all adds up. So what we talked about today was 1, believing in yourself that you can achieve the thing you put your mind to. It is so important. Choose faith over fear each day. People who achieve big things are not necessarily smarter than you, but they take action and don't give up. Even if they have to change direction, they keep going. Number 2, check your anchor. Are you aligned with your vision, your calling? Holding to your values and your vision will bring you there with time. 3, to make these shifts, we can't remain the same. We need to actively make changes, new habits, new activities, maybe even the people around us need to change. But you must be intentional. Start by adding 1 new habit and scratching another one that doesn't serve you off of your daily list. Number 4, put on your armor every day. Intentionally decide what you listen to, what you watch, what you do with your time. Evaluate it. Be aware of it. Try to put people in your inner circle who are already what you want for yourself, and be open to learn. So I put together a challenge for the week. Choose 1 daily habit that strengthens your belief. It could be a morning prayer, a 5-minute gratitude list, reading or listening to 10 pages of a new book, maybe one of the ones I mentioned earlier, or even sitting quietly to visualize the life you're building and already being at that place your goal will take you to. Because when your belief is strong, whether it's in God, in your mission, or in both, you show up differently. You make bolder moves, and you create a life and a business that actually feels good to live.
I hope this episode helped you move forward towards your goals and dreams. If so, please share with a friend who can benefit from it too. Maybe they're praying for a business breakthrough right now. You can find me on Facebook and Instagram with Vikija & Co. and on LinkedIn with my name, Veronica Kiefer Jonneberg. It would help me greatly if you would leave a review on Apple Podcasts. Have a peek at vikija.info where you can find out more about the online business system I chose to run alongside my knitwear business. That's vikija.info. It gives me a solid base of income and so much more I could ever wish for. I'd be happy to mentor you every step of the way. The link is also in the show notes. So keep your heads up, take consistent steps forward with your eyes on the prize. Then you have the best chances of succeeding to get where you want to be. See you next week and be blessed.